Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me the thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on another Gold Standard Group conference call. I want to bring up my partner, Dr. Howard Harvey. Are you there, sir? Can you talk to us right now?
Yes, I can. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Just want to first of all thank you for this wonderful platform. Just want to keep it real simple. What we do here at KaratBars International is we exchange declining paper into gold bullion, and that's very simple. And so, just to give you an example, this $5. If I was to take this $5 in this gold bar and place it in my vault, 3 years from now, this same $5 won't purchase. It will lose its purchasing power. However, the gold will increase in value. This is a tier 1 asset. And so what we do at KaratBars International is exchange declining paper into physical gold. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is, just being an employee. And so just being an employee is really not enough, because historically, those individuals who go out and work as employees never retire wealthy. I mean, that's historical. And so I want to talk about kind of like the 4 or 5 wealth principles. Number one, we have to pay ourselves first. If you're going out there paying TJ Maxx, your credit card, your utility bills, your car note, clothes, hair, you're not paying yourself first, you're paying somebody else. And so here at KaratBars International, what we do is we pay ourselves first in a physical asset, a tier 1 asset. And a tier 1 asset means that there is no risk. When you put your money in a 401k, there's risk involved. Number one, if the market goes down, then you lose money. Number two, you don't really know who you're giving your money to for 30, 40 years. And so those individuals who take your money in a 401k, they're going to get paid regardless. And so that's a vehicle that has more risk and less reward. However, if you're putting your money in physical gold, there is no risk. This is the asset. If I invest in something like a rental property, it doesn't become an asset until I begin to rent the property. I can, put down $10,000 down payment, but until I rent that property and I see some residuals coming in, that house would be a liability. And so one thing about KaratBars International, it focuses on all issues. So the second wealth principle is to get residual income. And with KaratBars International, it puts you in a position to get residual income in euro. And so when you get paid in euro, everything that you buy in the United States is a discount, because the euro has more advantages over the US dollar here in the United States. The third thing is taxes. I mean, I go to work every day, and if it wasn't for KaratBars, I would probably take home 55 to 60% of my income. But because I have a business, which is KaratBars International, it allows me to take home 90 to 95% of my income. Now, you can't get around FICA, you can't get around Medicaid, you can't get around Social Security, but I can get around paying the government all of this money. And so when I send for these things, guess what? It comes in a plastic container that has KaratBars on it. And so this becomes advertising for me. And so I place this purchase on the advertising side of my business. Therefore, I'm not paying that much for the gold. And so people have to really get out of their way. Because when we buy gold and it comes in CashGold, we also offer CashGold. When it comes to you and you show other people, that's advertising. And so you limit the price that you would pay if you went down the street. And so the fourth principle is really inflation. Inflation is something that you cannot avoid. Basically, what it does is it steals the purchasing power from the American people every single year. It basically robs you of 2 to 3% of your purchasing power each and every year. And so those individuals who hold on to cash, and I'm here to tell you, if you're holding on to cash, You have it in the savings account, you're getting 0.25%, or you're keeping it in the safe, you're losing. You're going to lose every single year because the federal government needs inflation to keep this engine running. And so that's why we invest and we exchange declining currency into real money gold. And so thank you for the opportunity to share this message. Shout out to all of the people I invited to this call. Back to you, Rico.
Thank you, Dr. Harvey, for that message, because we are so blessed, ladies and gentlemen, to be a part of this tremendous opportunity. If you aren't familiar with what we are doing is we're spreading information about owning gold, physical gold, bullion. We like KaratBars because KaratBars has some of the finest gold on the market. A lot of people like to talk about spot prices of gold and compare it to our prices, but what they fail to realize is that we have LBMA certified pure, pretty much 999 pure gold bars. And you can't compare tangerines to oranges, you understand? We got pure orange juice, what we got over here with KaratBars International. The CashGold system, this system right here of currency that we're so familiar with. We're familiar with paper. Most of us chase it. We've been chasing paper all our lives. But now we got a paper that's got real value to it. We got real value to this paper. And that's important. I think people really need to understand how big I think CashGold is going to be. But I want to go back just, to what Eric Worre spoke about in the beginning. And you have to be able to better yourself in a manner that you can attract that success to you. At the end of the day, we're saving in gold, in cryptocurrency, but we are network marketing. We have made a decision for ourselves, most of us here on this call, and said, we're going to do this thing. We're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we attract those wins, that success to this business, because what we understand is that we are leaving a legacy for our families and our children's children. We understand that this business is something that we can pass down generationally. So self-education, self-development, personal development, I think is key. It's very important that you adopt that strategy of every day learning something new to do for your business or to better whatever your goal is. Take steps to that goal every day by building yourself and develop a desire to win. I think you look at Harald Seiz, for example. Harald Seiz has the desire to win. All he thinks about, in my opinion, is winning, is what the next thing to do. He's probably working this business, his business, most of the day, if not all day, because he's a winner. I mean, he's fighting and battling right now regulatory bodies in Germany. If you heard the news, the BaFin regulatory body is gotten involved with our project. It's been like a movie for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We've caught up to scammers that have been trying to scam us. We have caught up to owners of websites that were trying to disseminate false information. We've gone through all of that, man. And Harald Seiz, in the end, is standing up, and he's gonna he's making a difference right now in Germany, because I think a lot of the regulation that's going on right now in Germany is due to what KaratBars has been doing. So, Dr. Harvey, you said you wanted to say one more thing?
Yeah, I just want to keep it simple one more time, because it's very important that we share this opportunity, and it's not about me, because and I missed the fifth wealth principle, because the fifth wealth principle KaratBars offers as well, and so it allows you to will everything that you've saved as well as anything that you've earned to your heirs. And so this is generational. And I don't want people to understand that, you know, this opportunity comes once in a lifetime. It comes once in a lifetime, and you have to either be on the bus or you're going to be left behind. And so, you know, the great thing about it is we're dealing with, you know, real money. And, you know, I always wanted to know how to get gold, but I never had the opportunity to get it until I got involved with KaratBars. That's number one. And then number two is, you know, anybody can set up a free gold savings account. Let me repeat that. It is free with no obligations. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you look at most people's households, and the majority of African Americans, more than 90% live month to month. Let's just get that on the table. And if you look at their household, when they get their check, they go out and they pay 30% in taxes. They pay 20% on a mortgage or rent. They go pay utilities. They go get their hair done, or they go get some rims, and they pay their cell phone bill. And by the time they finish, they're back at getting their check. And nowhere on that hamster wheel did they put any assets into that rotation. And so it doesn't really matter how much money you make. I mean, people have made millions of dollars and gone broke. You can Google professional athletes that have gone broke because they did not place any assets into that rotation. And so if you're living in a cash system, you're losing. And that's the bottom line. So set up your free gold savings account. Go ahead and start saving gold regularly. I can't keep it any simpler than that. Now, all the other stuff is extra. You know, the cryptocurrency, you know, that's extra. I mean, that's something that's going to take us to the next level. But meanwhile, I would suggest you getting the gold. And that's the most important thing. And changing your liabilities into assets. You know, when I pay my cell phone bill and I can write a percentage back to me, that means I'm exchanging a liability for an asset. Liabilities is something that leaves you never to return. And so why, if I'm paying my cell phone bill, why don't I just exchange that and get something back, which is an asset? I'm bringing money towards me. Assets bring money towards you. Gold attracts wealth. So again, thank you again. Y'all have a good night. Back to you, Rico.
Hey, we can go on and on about, you know, all the good things that comes behind gold ownership. But for me, you know, I listen to the leaders in KaratBars. I listen to leaders in other organizations because, you know, at the end of the day, it just takes a decision that you have to make for yourself to save in these assets. And if you're going to be doing the business, if you know, going to be out there talking about KaratBars and sharing this information, which I highly recommend you should do, then you can make that residual income, but you have to have a why. And we always talk about that. What is the why? Why do you do these things? Well, I can tell you my why. I can't tell you your why. I've got 3 kids, right? And my kids are very young. And I know for me, I'm in my mid-40s, I'm not going to be working another 20 years to put my kids through college. For me, my why is I want to take a break. I've been working 20 years already as an IT consultant, all right? So I'm ready to do something different. I can't do that for another 15, 20 years just for the sake of being in the rat race. So I'm looking for my way out through smart investing, you know, building these wealth principles, you know, adopting the Wealth Builders Worldwide strategy of getting out of the rat race. So I definitely want to shout out people that have joined this call. Definitely shout out Marcellus, Duke James, all right, Lenny Bones, Michelle Epps, Robert Chandler. If you have any questions, you definitely want to put your questions in the chat window. Let me see if I missed anything. Ayana wanted to know, is a certificate provided for proof of ownership per purchase? Well, yeah, the certificate is your actual gold. You get the gold. It's certified, LBMA certified. There is a serial number on the gold bars. There's a holographic stamp. So you get your gold. One of the things you'll never hear about KaratBars is the gold is not real or nothing like that. You never hear that. You may hear a whole bunch of other things, but you never hear that the gold isn't real. You can go online and see plenty of people testing the gold. So we're not buying certificates. We're buying physical gold bullion. We're really exchanging our paper money for the gold. So I hope that answers your question, Miss Ayana. She wants to also know, is it wise to use gold as a regular currency or to invest more as savings for means of emergency? I would say both, because we know that once you park your money in gold, then it's good. It's gonna appreciate with the gold. If you ever need fiat out of that gold, there's several ways of getting out of the gold back into fiat. But the whole idea of this right here, CashGold, is we're trying to make gold spendable again, all right, without the fear of the money, the currency being inflated with no backing, because each one of these notes has the gold embedded in the note. So the idea, yes, part of it is a savings, but the other part of it is an ecosystem, so we can use gold to make payments for our goods and services. And you know, that's what the KaratPay system is, because this gold is also a representation of our electronic gold, where we can now transfer this gold from person to person through our KaratPay accounts that you get when you register for your free account with KaratBars. Once you go through your KYC with KaratBars, you'll be able to purchase gold and move gold through our system. All right, so it's not just about owning the gold. That's the simplest term, as Dr. Howard said. The simplest thing that we do is own the physical gold bullion, you know. But on top of that is the blockchain, is the cryptocurrency, is the K merchant payment system, the CEM machines, the affiliate system. All right, so there's so many positive things that comes along with working with KaratBars. Now, you could buy your gold from anywhere. You know, if you want to listen to what people say about spot prices, if you want to go with those comments, you can listen to those suggestions and go some second market gold. I'm gonna show you. Look, I've been messing around in silver. I bought a silver bar here. This is a second market. It's a you know, silver bar. Probably got some impurities in it. It was pretty cheap. It's not certified. There's no serial number or anything like that on that bar. So you know, there's no papers attached to it. So, you know, I've been messing around in different metals because I believe that that's where the wealth is going back to. We're getting out of the the paper currency that's backed by government debt and, you know, $1 trillion debt. I think we're at a place now where we're going to be moving back to the gold standard. And now with the technology, we can make that happen. Blockchain technology is going to change the world, definitely on that. So do we have any more questions? Because I do want to call up my brother, Lenny Bones. I don't know if you're out there, Lenny, but I do want to see if you're able to talk, because we missed you last week, brother. Are you able to get in on this conversation, Lenny?
I can if you need me to.
Hey, there you go. I see you. Your picture. Is your camera working?
Oh man, don't call me out like that. I'm having a bad hair day, man.
Oh, you having a bad hair day? All right, I'll let you slide on this week, man. But we missed you last week, so we definitely want to get you on. Oh man, you fine, man, brother. How you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing wonderful. I can't complain. This is an awesome meeting as always. Of course, you know, you're the master of the pre-call, so I appreciate your work on tonight. Definitely seeing Eric Ward. I don't have too much to say tonight. I'm enjoying the leadership of my senior partners tonight. definitely with Dr. Howard Harvey and his monetary insight. I would love to hear more of that, to be honest with you. But I will say this about the actual cash flow in the system. Being a barber, you know that I was actually getting paid with CashGold to cut hair. So for people watching, as a suggestion, if you have a business, I mean, the usage cases, they're great. And like for me, I know when I cut hair, it would be, you know, I would charge a lesser price to accept gold versus cash. Because for one thing, you have to look at it that when you're actually using the system, the people that usually are your customers, you know, they're a part of your business too. So, you know, you're gonna make your money. So don't worry about the money part. That's coming. And you know, just don't have a spender's mentality if you decide to do this, because it's definitely about saving. And you know, a spending mentality is a broke mentality. And you know, if you got to get up and you got to go to work every day, you broke. I mean, even if you make $200,000 a year, like if you still got to go to your job, like you're not saving the right way. So, you know, get in. If you're new to the call, check out the system, see if, you know, it's something you like to use, because none of us want to work to an old and gray and we can't move no more. Let's enjoy life, y'all. Okay. That's about it for me, brother. I appreciate you calling me in, and I'll catch y'all next week.
Thank you, Leonard Jones. He's a leader in this gold standard group. I see him out there working. And, you know, we not only share information here, we also build each other up. We motivate each other. We call each other out for great work. I want to call Marcellus Duke James, because Duke's World, we've been seeing Duke's World on Facebook. And I'm going to tell you one thing. And let me see if Vito Sarah is still on. Yes, my brother Virgil Harris. And I see some similarities between Marcellus Duke James and Virgil Harris, because these are brothers that have woken up and see the possibility. Marcellus, I'm gonna unmute you really quick, because the possibilities that you have, we have that system in front of us, is amazing. And then when you realize how the whole system works together, it blows your mind. So Marcellus, are you there, sir?
I am. Where I'm at right now, it's kind of noisy. I'm at my girlfriend's house, and her roommate's having like a band rehearsal right now. But I don't really have much to say. I'm honored to be in KaratBars. If you just got into KaratBars and this is something that, you know, you're just on the fence about, check it out and have an open mind and an open heart to the possibility of you going wherever you want to go. You know what I mean? So don't get stuck at what you don't have, because if you continue to look at what you don't have, you won't have. So it's also about a mindset change. So change your mindset and just be open to all possibilities. KaratBars is just one of the greatest opportunities next to accepting Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. It's like, all right, God, you want me to have gold? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go get this gold. So, you know, think about that. Be open to any possibilities that's out here in this world that is given to people every day. Rico, I got to say thank you for, you know, just letting me just speak just letting me just come in and just share my personal testimony and my thoughts with this thing, KaratBars, because it's moving people's lives in a whole different direction than what they thought. So don't get stuck at, you know, the lack of knowledge, because ultimately KaratBars gives you all the knowledge that you want. It may be overwhelming with all the knowledge, but break it down into little pieces and then just work the little pieces that you got. Work the map, you know, work on your invitation. If you're not good at, you know, communicating with people, find somebody you know that's good with communicating with people and say, hey, look, I need you to go speak to that person. If you're not good with follow-ups, then hey, maybe it's time to get on a three-way. You know, so just be open to all those possibilities and grow with this company as this company grows. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Rico. Lenny Bone, thank you, bro. Because you're a godsend, man. Like, I love you, brother. Like, Rico, I love you too, man. Thanks, bro.
Oh man, beautifully put, brother, man. Thank you. Thank you. And I congratulate you, man. Because when again, when you turn on, when this thing turns on for you, it's life-changing, it's transformational. I talk to this brother Vito Sarah every day, and he's formulating plans. And look, I hear the language changing every day. I talk to this brother from the beginning where we were just turning him on to it till months later. Now he's giving me ideas. You know what I mean? I love when that happens. But I do want to bring LAC Gold to the floor. And Vito, I want to come back to you because I do want to hear from you. So just be ready. But Lindsay, my wife, Lindsay, who's my business partner in KaratBars, my life partner, and everything else. I don't know if you are able to talk, but I do want to bring you up and let you share your thoughts about this whole thing. Lindsay, are you there?
I am here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the group. If I invited you, thank you guys for joining, and everybody else, if this is your first time, welcome. KaratBars is awesome. I don't know what else I can say more than what these gentlemen have already said, but I will say this. I have noticed a whole total mindset change, not only in myself and others that we bring on to KaratBars. I will tell you guys a story. On Facebook, you know how the memories pop up. And about a year ago, I think it was 2 days ago, a year ago, I noticed that I had made a post about planting seeds and how the seeds are free that we plant. And it's just up to those to either plant the seed themselves or pass the seeds on. These decisions are up to you. But long story short, in that year, those who have chosen to accept those free seeds that we are still giving out today, I have not seen a single post from those people stating, oh, I hate my job, or oh, money is tight, or oh, whatever the negative circumstances may be. Okay. Now, for those who have not taken those seeds, I am seeing those posts constantly still, and it baffles me why people don't take the opportunity. Now, this opportunity is for everyone, but everyone won't see it. And you can't beat yourself up when those people just don't get it. They will come back around to you. It never fails, okay? So all I'm saying is everybody plant your seeds, keep throwing them out there. Do not get discouraged. This is an absolute win, win, win for all KaratBar affiliates and customers. So with that being said, thank you, Rico, my wonderful husband. Great presentation as always, every week. Of course, we're going to say this to everybody. Bring somebody next week, okay? Keep these seeds going, all right? Back to you.
Thank you, baby. Y'all see why I married her. She's just so smooth with it. And she holds me down. She holds my kids down. She holds me down. And we're building so much together. And, I tell couples all the time, man, this is a perfect business for a husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, whatever. But, I do want to hear from some new people. And I've been seeing new people. I've seen some comments going in the chat window. And I see Miss Ayana Malley. I'm not sure if I pronounced your last name right, but I do want to hear from you. You seem like a new face on the call, but I'm going to unmute you if you're able to contribute something to the call there. Hi, Miss.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, it's Ayana Malay.
Malay. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for joining us. And what do you think so far? Do you have any questions? I saw you had some stuff in the chat.
Well, thank you for having me here. It's definitely a blessing and divine. I did have a few questions which were mostly answered throughout the presentation, as well as what you just explained. It's pretty much like everyone's saying, is you have a growth mindset and be willing to learn something new. And it's about self-mastery, with not just about gold, but how you use it and how you're able to educate the next generations on it. So I think most of my answers are all my questions are answered. And with this being a closed system, there's not much interference that I can see because it's already backed by people who are authentically for the people. So I feel like there's many areas that if there were some form of infiltration, it's pretty much being addressed. And like you said, the scamming and things like that are pretty much already been experienced. So I feel like this is a great time of me coming in, and as excited as I am to get started myself, I'm thinking about who else I can bring on as well. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for your comments. And that's the spirit right there. I mean, for real, if you think this is something great that you would do for yourself, why wouldn't you go tell as many people as you can about this? I mean, because if you listen to the news, you listen to all the forecasts and the economists, there's a recession pending next year. And why wouldn't you want to position yourself and get yourself ready? You know, we're ready. The leaders here on this call, Mr. Benta, I see Kwame Benta, Jawan Jones. Thank y'all so much. We ready. We gold gladiators. We wealth builders, and we've been positioning ourselves for, you know, me personally since March 9th of last year. I'm only been part of KaratBars for about a year and a half now, a little over a year and a half. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've saved more money for myself and my family in just that 1 year and a half that I could have done my whole 20 years of being an IT consultant working for a corporation. I'm not talking about the 401k money, but I can't touch that money. I can't get that money till I'm 60-something years old. I'm old, gray.
Right.
I can't do nothing with that money. So I'm talking about saving something that if I needed it tomorrow, I could go turn it into whatever I need. And with cryptocurrency and gold bullion, you know, silver, I done messed around and got a bunch of silver. Because when you get involved with something like this, it makes you learn as much as you can about the whole industry. It makes you learn about this whole network marketing industry. And, you know, just thank y'all so much for being part of what we're doing. If you follow my YouTube channel, then I've been doing videos, you know, every day or every other day for like the last 7 or 8 months, 10 months. So for me, it's almost like a diary of events, things that have taken place in KaratBars over this whole journey. So thank y'all so much. We're not going to keep you very much longer. If we have any more questions, I'd like to entertain them now. If we have any of the other leaders that want to get on and say something, just put your hand up or pop your camera on so I can see you, and we'll let you get something in. But Vito Sarah, are you there? I see you on there. I'm gonna unmute your mic, sir, because Virgil Harris and I went to high school together in Germany, in Berlin, Germany. And this is a brother that experienced some of the similar things that I experienced growing up overseas in the military. But Virgil, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Hey, look, I want you to introduce yourself, man, to the group, man. This is one of my best friends right here. Tell them a little bit about yourself and what your experience is so far with KaratBars.
Yeah, I think you gave him the rundown. You know what I'm saying? Big up on the show. AUG, Vito Sarah, you know, Crypto V. We started out small, but we in the vault trying to get these gold KaratBars, you know. I would encourage anybody out there listening, you know, to take advantage of this opportunity. It's a great opportunity, you know. I can't express it enough. You know, it changed my mind and changed how I see things. And I just want that for everybody else. You know what I mean? Everybody keep pushing, doing your thing, and, you know, tell somebody about this gold.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So if you don't know, I'm going to let you know right now, Vito Sarah is a recording artist out of Augusta, Georgia. We have recorded music together. We have, you know, worked on projects together for many years. You know, when you meet good people in your life, man, you don't let people like that go. And this is the reason I believe that our network is strong. The leaders in this group are strong. And we just love having everyone join us, man, because it's been amazing. I don't have much more that I really want to add. I see Dr. Harvey. You got something else you want to say before we get off?
Yeah, I just want to say shout out to Jawan Jones. for his leadership in participating in our Super Saturday last Saturday. You know, we had a lot of, you know, people joining us on that Super Saturday. And another shout out to Ayana. You know, she's a wonderful person. I invited her to this call and she's doing an outstanding job. So shout out to Ayana. And hopefully we can build this conference. You know, a year ago, we only had 3 people on this call. And so now we've started to bring it up to maybe 22, 30. But I think that we can challenge ourselves to get people on this call. And so I think we can get to 50, 60. You know, let's educate people on the importance of saving gold. And I think that's important. So good night, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing this platform to happen, Rico. And good night.
And put yourself on auto save. Auto save at least $1 gram of gold a month for yourself. All right? Auto save is your friend. Good night, everyone. We'll talk again next week.